I could totally fly it through that pavilion. Would that be funny?
Hmm.
So we're the only people at the park right now. Here we go. Let's see. This is playing dangerous. Through the pavilion. I made it! Hey pilots, welcome back to Motion RC. I'm your product specialist Wesley, and today I am excited to announce that the next aircraft in the Skynetic lineup is officially here on our mini aircraft. This is the FW-190, and I have it just sitting here with the outer box cover off. The cool thing about all of our micro aircraft in the Skynetic line is that they come in this box completely assembled and ready to go, and you can store them in there for safe transport and keeping. Now, I'm going to go through this just like you have just received this as a first-time customer, and for somebody that's brand new into the RC hobby, because that's what these are really geared towards. Don't get me wrong, a seasoned pilot like myself can have a lot of fun with them too, but this is an aircraft that's really designed to be a successful first RC plane. If you're brand new to this hobby and you want something you can fly anywhere, we're here at the local ballpark T-ball field. These are under 250 grams, so you do not need to worry about remote ID or any of that type of stuff, or flying in a free location. So to get it out of the box, as you can see here, here's how the aircraft actually comes. Very well packaged in there, all put together for you. The only thing that I've done off screen is I added my batteries into the controller. They just clip in right here in the back. You can see those AAA batteries. There are 4 of them in both sides. The cool thing, this is the ready to fly that we have here, so you have your controller ready to go. We also sell this in what's called the FTR version, or Futaba transmitter ready, where you can bind it straight to your Futaba transmitter. And for customers that fly Spectrum, you can actually add a DSM-X satellite receiver to the board and bind that up. We have a separate video just for that. So right now, let's just get the aircraft out of the box. I will be flying wheels off today. Most fighter aircraft always came wheels off. The other thing I also did was pre-charge our little included 1S LiPo. We do sell separate ones of these if you want to be able to fly more than one flight on the included charger, and that's what the little included charger looks like right there. Like I said, we're not going to get the landing gear out or anything. It also comes with a little stand to display the model on. But for now, what we want to do to get flying is we take our propeller, and it's as simple as just fitting it right on the front, and it will click on. Oop, let me get a hold of it right. There we go, and it snaps on. These are designed to pop off in the case of a crash landing or a bad belly landing. They just pop off and you snap them back on. The other cool thing is, let me pop this back off for a second. If you look right here on the front, you can see that there is a replaceable motor mount. It's just 2 screws to slide the whole motor out and all the electronics for it, and then it unplugs and plugs in, and that will get that fixed up for you if you ever have a damaged part. The wing also unscrews, no taping together, to where if you need to replace the the wing, you can just pop that off and fix that also. Well guys, let's snap that on there. So now that we have the aircraft put together, it's time to get our battery installed in the aircraft. Flip it over and you can open that hatch up right there, and the little guy just kind of hangs down in there. Grab it with the battery lead and pull it up, and the battery slides in to the front of the aircraft like so. Now we need to turn our controller on. Now these are coming out at the time of this coming also. If you're interested, we actually have these little stands to set your model in, so you don't have to set it on the ground and tear it up while you're working on this. So these little Benchcraft stands are available. They fit all of the little Skynetic models. So we have the aircraft in the stand. What we need to do is hold the power button on the transmitter until it turns on. You'll hear that beep. Now we can plug the aircraft in. Push our little wires down into the airplane. We can flip it over on the stand now and verify all our control surfaces are working. Now you always want to check it from the back. Now I'm doing this for the sake of the video, but checking it, so if we go left on the ailerons, you should see the ailerons go up. on the left-hand side. If we go to the right, you should see the right-hand aileron go up. If we pull back on the stick, we should see the elevator go up. And if we push forward, the elevator should go down. On this stick over here, we have the rudder. If we go to the right, the rudder will go to the right. If we go to the left, the rudder will go to the left. We have successfully checked all our control surfaces. Now, in order to turn the gyro on the first time, you need to take your throttle all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. That will arm the aircraft. Now, the second you give it throttle, it will actually turn the gyro on. The airplane comes on in self-leveling mode. If we bank it up on its side, you can see that the ailerons are automatically bringing the aircraft back to level. Same thing if we dive, the aircraft is automatically trying to come back to level. Now on this side over here, you have 3 buttons of modes. The first mode is stabilization, but no self-leveling. So the aircraft is always trying to stay as steady as it can with the wind. The next button press puts us into gyro off mode. The aircraft has no gyro, but I still have full control of the aircraft. And then once again, once we push it once more, we're into self-leveling. The other side of the transmitter, this side, is your high and low rates. So if I go back into here, I can show you. If I bank all the way to one side and click this button, you can see that I get a little more deflection. High and low, high and low, just like that. So let's put this aircraft into stabilization mode. One more button press. Let's double check to make sure it is. All we have to do is tilt it up on its side and make sure the aileron deflects, and it does. So we're in stabilization and self-leveling. This is what you should take yours off on the first time also. And probably for the first few flights, just leave it in that mode and you're going to be successful until you get a little more used to it. So let me stand up and let's go fly. All right, pilots, so we're going up for our first flight of the FW-190. We want to figure out what way the wind is coming from, and right now it's hitting me right in the face, and that's the direction we want to throw the aircraft into. If you threw it downwind, the airplane's going to have a harder time flying out of your hand launch. So you always throw the aircraft right into the wind, so it's hitting me right in the face right now. I'm going to go up to about 3/4 throttle, give it a nice hand toss, and be ready on the elevator stick to pull back and go up. Here we go. And we're up and flying. Now, we're in a pretty tight confined space. What I'm going to go on and do is go to high rates so that I can actually bring it around out here in front of us. And the wind is probably about 5 miles an hour, but the gyro is compensating for it nicely. And all I'm having to do is go full left stick or full right stick to make the aircraft fly where I want it. If you need a little more turn to your bank, add a little rudder in and it'll come right around. That's hands off. You can see the aircraft just flies as gentle as can be. Now, something I've never played with on any of them, and I probably should, I'm going to take it out here in the middle. And I'm going to hit the loiter button right there. So I'm hands off of the controller right now, and the aircraft is loitering. I'm not giving it throttle or anything. I'm going to bring it back out of it though, because it kind of brought it over our head. What that does is just put it in a gentle circle. So I'm going to go power down, and I'm going to bring it down. Whoa, stall. If you ever stall it like that, just power up and fly out of it. There we go. They're pretty darn fun. For as cheap as they are, they fly really well. And you get a long, long flight time too. Right around 10 minutes on this aircraft normally is what I get. So we've kind of seen it just flying around in this easier mode. This is where I recommend most guys start at, right here. And these really benefit the most from flying in low winds conditions. So I would say under 5 miles an hour, you're going to have the most success and the most fun with this aircraft. Now let's take it up. We're going to turn it into the wind. I'm going to take it out of gyro stabilization. We're going to go up, roll. I'm going to go to my lower rates. And now I'm flying this like a normal RC airplane now. So we can go up, flip it over, bring it around, do a little roll. And as you can see, they're very respectable little airplanes. Roll, bring it around. You can do all the maneuvers you want to do as an RC airplane, and I'm flying it with the ready-to-fly controller. Now, if you have a Futaba transmitter, of course, this is going to be a little nicer. But gyro is on, so it's stabilizing the wind. But I am able to do loops, rolls, all the things you want to see out of a little RC airplane. Here's a loop. A roll. We'll roll the other way. Like I said, very respectable little aircraft. Meow. Bring it down a little lower, here we go. Coming in hot. Meow. It really flies great, and like I said, this is with the ready-to-fly transmitter. It's only going to be better if you have a more premium Futaba transmitter, of course, to fly it with. But it can be done right here with the ready-to-fly. And if you're ever kind of worried about stalling, just go to full throttle. The plane flies great on full throttle. This is full throttle. They don't go much faster, but it has that pull to get it around. Oop, don't hit the pole. All right, so if I hit it twice, it goes back into self-leveling mode. So there we are, we're in self-leveling mode. I'm gonna go back to high rate so I can bring it around. Well, let's just bring it in for a couple low passes before we bring this thing down. That's kind of all the modes of it. As you can see, it's really a nice flying little airplane. Pull. But you can really have the confidence to play with these nice and low. Look at that little guy. Small confined space, and you can successfully fly it though. And like I said, it flies for almost 10 minutes. I'm not going to try and do that right now with everybody watching. I could totally fly it through that pavilion. Would that be funny? So we're the only people at the park right now. Here we go. Let's see. This is playing dangerous. Through the pavilion. I made it. I did it. Coming back. All right, I'm going to land it. So we go power off. Let it glide. And so that's designed to do that, guys. Now, you saw that hard hit. It actually didn't hurt anything. So first thing we're gonna do before we pick the airplane up is we're gonna turn the gyro to off. That way when we pick it up, it's not going crazy. You can see that the little prop just popped off. Didn't hurt it a bit though. All we do, make sure we don't get no sand in the motor, is click that back on right like that. And we are ready to fly again. Just like that. Well guys, this kind of wraps up the little Skynetic Mini Fokker. It's a lot of fun. As you can see, no damage to it. We can go up and fly some more and have a lot of fun. If you're new to Motion RC, remember there are 5 of these in the line. We have a Pitts, we have a Spitfire, FW-190, P-51, a Tiger Moth, quite a few of these little aircraft to choose from, because whether it's land, sea, or air, Motion RC makes everything you want now. And guys, I hope you've decided to check one of these out. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and as always, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.